Hi guys, now the United Kingdom is gearing up for one of its biggest weekends in royal history, the crowning of King Charles III, and the itinerary is jam-packed. Here is what we know about the plans, codenamed Operation Golden Orb. Westminster Abbey, home to 39 coronations, 16 royal weddings, and soon the crowning of King Charles III, a celebration 70 years in the making.
Well, there's been an extraordinary amount of preparation going into creating this very spectacular event. The King's desire for a more slimmed-down affair is going to be very evident on the day, although it will still be full of pomp and pageantry.
Royal enthusiasts are buzzing with excitement, ready to put the King in United Kingdom.
I just think it's just marking history and just lots of things going on, people being together. Bank holiday weekends always help. So yeah, it's just be nice.
We're going to have a coronation party.
With lots of drink.
Very pleased to be here and to be witnessing however I managed to do it.
On Saturday, the King and Queen Consort will take the Diamond Jubilee State Coach and travel from Buckingham Palace along the royal route to Westminster Abbey in what's known as the King's Procession. Viewing spots will be in high demand along the 2.1 kilometre path.
We're expecting to see huge influx of people for the coronation itself and around that long weekend. But I think we'll also see a few ordinary citizens who are curious. You know, people understand that this is a moment in history.
The crowning of a sovereign is one of the most ancient ceremonies in history, with 6 key traditions to be followed. First, the King will be presented by the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. He'll ask the congregation to show their recognition by shouting, "God save King Charles." Next is the oath, where King Charles will make a series of promises to reign, swearing to uphold the law and the Church of England. Charles will then be anointed, blessed and consecrated by the Archbishop while sitting in the coronation chair. The fourth step is to receive the orb and sceptres, and St Edward's crown will be placed on his head. The King will then go to his throne, where finally senior officials will pay homage to the newly crowned monarch.
I think the King is very sensitive to modern optics. You know, he understands that this should represent not just him as monarch, but also it's putting Britain on the world stage, and he wants his coronation to be reflective of Britain as it is today.
Well, Camilla will also be crowned here at Westminster Abbey as Queen Consort in a similar but much simpler ceremony. It's the first double coronation since 1937, when King George VI and Queen Elizabeth were both crowned. But the ceremonies start just a 3-day extravaganza. Coronation big lunches will also be held on Sunday, with everyone invited to get together with their neighbourhood. And locations across the UK will light up the night with projections, lasers and drone displays planned. There's an extra public holiday in the diary for Monday, with pubs and clubs open late, and a national day of volunteering billed as the big help out.
Whether or not you subscribe to the idea of monarchy, this is going to be a spectacle that Britain puts on in a way that nowhere else really does. And I think people will be curious. You know, for most of us, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime so far moment.
Just going to be a big couple of days, isn't it? Joining me now, Royal Correspondent Victoria Arbiter. Victoria, it's quite a process, isn't it? Steeped in tradition, but King Charles has cut down the size of it and the intricacy.
He absolutely has, and I think one of the key reasons, although he's very keen to keep all the ancient symbolism and ritual and tradition, is this is a man who's very sensitive to a cost of living crisis that has taken grip here in the United Kingdom. And also he wants to make sure that this is something that Britons can get on board with and not be turned off by because it's too ostentatious or too much in this modern age. Now, we also have to bear in mind that in 1953, Westminster Abbey crammed in 8,000 people. There's technical reasons reasons too. Health and safety guidelines would never allow for that today. So he's also had to streamline because of rules.
Right, OK. What else is he changing about the coronation?
Well, I think what's going to be really striking, Koshi, are the types of people that are involved. We're going to see female members of the clergy for the first time, other faith leaders presenting some of the regalia for the first time.
And he's got the chief rabbi staying with him in Clarence House.
He does.
Why?
So the night before, the chief rabbi and King Charles he's been really preaching religious tolerance for many, many years. He is hugely respectful of the Jewish faith, and he understands that the chief rabbi would not be able to attend on the Saturday because, according to his faith, he's not allowed to drive in a car that day.
Oh.
So he's going to stay at Clarence House, which is a pretty easy short walk to Westminster Abbey, and he'll be walking there in the morning.
Oh, what a nice thing to do. And Prince George is going to be one of the youngest future kings to see a coronation as well.
This is quite remarkable. So he's only 9 years old, and he is going to be taking part as a page of honour alongside Camilla's grandsons and great-nephew. But it's quite remarkable when you think that if time is kind to him and if he's blessed with similar genes to his great-grandparents, he could potentially be the first king, the first monarch of the 22nd century. So he'll be at this coronation, then his father's, then his own.
Yeah, wow. He's got a lot ahead of him, has he? All right, Victoria. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Guys, the stage is set and excitement is building.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? I was reading just the other day about King Charles watching his mum, Queen Elizabeth II, in the bath when he was 4 years old, practising to wear the crown before her coronation. Just amazing.
And now it's Will's kids. It's interesting, isn't it?